Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to European Racing Organization. This is season 6 and the 10th round at Monza in Italy. We are with the F4 division. So, all 15 drivers who were supposed to join us today have joined the lobby, and we should be going pretty soon. You can see the timer on the top of the screen, and we already have a live poll which is put up by Vatinho. You can see who do you think is going to win today. So you can choose the options from the ones which are available in front of you and let us know. Three very fast drivers. Murphy, of course, leading the championship by 39 points over Yano, and Kogucic has been having some really good races as well. So it could be any of the three. Personally, I would like to wait until qualifying to see what happens. But should be a fun race. Italy or Monza all the time. I think it gives us a lot of action, and I believe last season was Racing Gupta, who is driving tonight as well. He took the race win in changeable conditions. I think he went for a zero stop or something. I'm not entirely sure, but he did win the race last season in Monza, and it was a wet race for sure. Right now it's overcast, so not raining yet, but we'll wait and watch if there are any raindrops towards the later half of the session. Right, so plenty of drivers moving out very quickly, and if that is anything to go by, maybe it's going to rain later on. Oh, what is Kogucic doing? What did he just do there? Is he trying to get some lap time in before it starts raining? I mean, that's the only explanation about... Oh my god. Is this even allowed in this league right now? I was just praising him for being a wonderful driver this season, but wow, that's really something. Plenty of people on the mediums as well, so it looks like the race is going to be a dry race, and we won't have a wet start to the race at least. But Kogucic is on his outlap. Plenty of people on the outlap, so I definitely think it's going to rain pretty soon. Is Yano the next driver? No, he's not. Let's see who else is on the lap. Yeah, new fastest outlap of all time. That's pretty much it. Who else is on the lap? Let's go with Statue here. I'm sorry if I'm calling you Statue, but I don't know how else to call you. Staku 19, the Aston Martin driver, and this is probably the first time I'm seeing him in F4 at least. So let's see how his lap goes, as drivers are all fighting for position right now, track position, because it seems like it's going to be raining pretty soon. There's yellow flag at Parabolic. I think that's cars slowing down to give way to other cars which are on hot laps themselves. So let's say Lachu has put in a fastest first sector, but that's understandable. Not a lot of cars have crossed through that sector split so far, and let's see how he gets along. The curbs, we have to talk about the curves here in Monza. They are absolutely brutal from what I've heard. I've not driven personally on this game, at least not a 25% or a 50% race yet. But what I've heard is the curbs are absolutely brutal, and if you don't take enough care while riding them, you could damage your underbody, and hence your race or qualifying session could be compromised. Kogucic with that insane outlap puts in a lap time of 120.842, the first person to set a lap time. There will be someone else who's going through the line now. That's Miyagi at 21.1. Let's see what Statue does. Does he go P2? He does with 21.161, quickly displaced by Spider, and we're now following our previous race winner, King, who is in the Red Bull tonight. Was he in the Ferrari last time? I'm not sure, but or maybe I'm just having a really terrible memory right now. But I don't know why I thought he was in a Ferrari last time around. But he is now approaching Parabolica and is avoiding a lot of curb there, especially the inside curb, the right-hander. And King is just one corner away before he finishes his lap. There's a car in front which is absolutely stationary. Was it a Williams? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. The car is moving now, going back into the pits. King is going to finish his lap, and across the line he comes with 121.027. Bios with a good lap at 20.9. So only two people in the 20s so far, and the likes of Yano and Racing Gupta are trying to make it through on the alternate strategy. Slimicam meanwhile is also on a lap and he's going to finish it pretty soon. He goes completely off the track, and that has resulted into invalidation of the lap. He comes back straight into the pits. No sign of rain just yet, so maybe people have enough time to put in one more lap. We'll wait and see. It is pretty dark. It is very cloudy right now, but no sign of rain yet, so that's good news for people who want to improve, and I'm sure everyone wants to improve on this lap time. King has retired in the session. Oh, that is at the exit of the second Lesmo, so not sure what happened there. Adam Baker is in the pits. Why is he in the pits? Is he... Why did he pit? I'm not sure why he pitted. But yeah, that's qualifying done as far as King is concerned. And yeah, he is blaming the curbs for it as well. That's exactly what I'm talking about. These curbs are so unforgiving on this lap, and that's the curb which is the exit of the second Lesmo. When you exit that right-hander, not the inside but the outside curb apparently gives you underbody damage. So that's probably something which caught out King, and he has lost his car, which has now been retrieved by the marshals. And let's see, some people already on their second outlaps already. Let's see what Kokojic does this time in terms of his outlap shenanigans. Oh, he completely cuts that corner again. Is any steward watching this right now? I really want to get a clarification if this is allowed to cut corners so obviously on your outlap to make it faster. I'm not sure if this is allowed. I know it's not allowed in some leagues. I'm not entirely sure about... Yeah, it's not allowed. Thank you, Vortinho, for clarifying. Let's see what Adam Baker does meanwhile. Adam Baker is exiting the pits rather, so we have to go on board with someone else who is starting a lap. I think Will Simpo has just started one, so let's go on board with the race, the Red Bull driver, and see what he does. Adam Baker stays out of the way so that Will Simpo can pick his braking point, and that's a decent first couple of corners as far as the Red Bull driver is concerned. I think he avoided the curbs and it took just about enough of them not to destabilize his car. But now approaching the first sector, it's a purple first sector for Will Simpo, so this is looking good so far, and you can see he again took a lot of curb and that slowed him down massively. So let's hope he doesn't have any damage from that, but he surely lost some lap time in those couple of corners. Now this is the exact place where King retired, and very smartly Will Simpo does not take any of the curb, be it inside or outside curb. Has a couple of cars up ahead at Ascari, so they will be sorting themselves out pretty soon on the next straight for Will Simpo to carry on. He has just gone a little bit wide, I thought, at the exit of Ascari, but still gets to keep his lap time. So this is looking like a good lap as far as he's concerned, and he might still get one more shot at it if there's enough time on the board. 9 minutes, that's half on the qualifying session. When Will Simpo across the line, it's P8. It's a good jump from where he was in P14 earlier. And let's see what Murphy is doing. Murphy is on an outlap himself, so we'll catch him later on. Meanwhile, Kokojic has invalidated his lap, so he might be coming in. Yes, he is. Miyake is on a lap himself, and let's see what Miyake does. He is going to come across the line pretty soon in just one corner across the Parabolica or the Alboreto he goes, and it's a good improvement by him, 21.0. So still only two drivers with a lifetime in 20s, and just as I said, the statue goes P1 with a 20.4. That's a massive improvement, and it's a good healthy 4/10 lead over anyone else. Racing Gupta is about to finish his lap, and he has looked strong in the second sector, picking up 5/10 from his previous time, stays to the left or the right of the track rather, and goes P2 with a 20.7. Still, no one can seemingly match the Aston Martin driver right now. What has Bios got to offer then? He is through the curve at a Grande now, and he has taken some of the curbs at the exit of that corner, or rather the entry part of the corner, but he's on the medium, so he is definitely trying to go for that R10 strategy, which gives him some lap time towards the end of the race. But a start, it's a long run down to turn 1, so that is something which could be compromised. Yano goes P2 meanwhile with 20.6. So the lap times are getting competitive now at the middle part of the session, and that was well done through Ascari from the Williams driver of Bios. So Bios, one more corner to go, no cars in front of him which could impede him. He has backed out of that one, so maybe he was not gaining enough on that lap, and he seems to be coming in now. So that's it for this qualifying run as far as Bios is concerned. Phil 6 is on a lap as well, and let's see if he's improving. Well, he's already done one hot lap on this set of tires, so it would be interesting to see if he is actually going to complete this lap, or he's going to come in for... yeah, he's coming in for sure. What about Black Wolf? Black Wolf has not put in any lifetime yet, and he lifted off at the middle of the straight, so maybe he's going for another run. The yellow flag, and that's because of the McLaren going slow, and Black Wolf is coming in as well. So Black Wolf, no lap time so far, so I'm not sure if he's making mistakes there or what exactly. Black Wolf has retired from the session, so that's his quali done, and it's remained overcast so far, but I don't see any rain at all, so maybe it's going to be a dry session overall for qualifying. Adam Baker exiting the pits, and who else is Kovacic on a hot lap? He is. So let's see what he does. His out laps are pretty interesting, but let's see how his hot lap or quick lap is going to be. And yeah, Blackfield hasn't got a quali ban. I kind of understood that Coutinho, because he was out on track. If people have a quali ban, I don't think they would go out on track. So maybe he's making some mistakes which he would like to correct and go for one final run, and maybe put in a blinder and surprise all of us. Who knows? But currently on board with Kovacic, and he was fastest through the first and the second sector. So if he keeps his advantage of about 2/10, he might be challenging Murphy, who has popped up on the front row. So maybe this could be a front row or a pole position for Kovacic. It's going to be P2. That's a front row for him. But still, the lap time by the Aston Martin or statue for now is good enough for provisional pole. Alright, Adam Baker is in P6, and let's see how much time is left in this qualifying session. Well, there are still more than 4 minutes, so... Oh, did he just glitch into the pits there? What is happening? I just don't understand what happened. Gogojet has retired from the session, by the way, and let's go on board with Will Simpo, because this is the position where he has retired. There you can see Gogojet's car. Oh my god, has he retired on track there? I'm pretty sure he has not DNF'd, he has not crashed out. So he just retired on track. Did he? I'm not sure. Will Simpo across the line, and well, he improves but not by much, 1.5 tenths. That's only P13 for now. He'll get free tires for the race. Racing Gupta is not improving either, so he'll have to go for another run, but maybe he has enough fuel. I've seen him do this a few times where he goes for multiple runs in quali, so maybe he will go for another run. What has Miyake got up his sleeve? Miyake is... I don't think this is going to be an improvement in lap time. Yeah, it's not. It's coming in. Let's see who else is on lap. Is Yano or Murphy? Any one of those. Yano has just completed a lap time and he is 2 thousandths away from Murphy, and Murphy is in the pits himself, so I don't think he has enough time to go for another run. Let's see, Racing Gupta back in the pits. I think that should be his quali done, unless he has enough time. Sickle has finally joined. Yes, Miyake, I thought that because his car was at the exit of Ascari, his car was in perfectly good condition and it was moving slowly, so that was a definite retirement on the track, and it would have been a little dangerous for anyone had he retired slightly earlier on the track, but I don't think that is something which is drivers can do, so I'm sure the stewards will have a look into that. Sickle, by the way, is on a lap on which he's improving his time, but if he keeps his advantage and doesn't improve by much in the final couple of corners, he is not going to improve his position. So it's a slightly disappointing qualifying session for Sickle, but I am very sure he is going to make it up in the race, as his race pace has been usually very strong. He jumps up into P7, never mind that. Into P7 goes Sickle, and what is Statue doing meanwhile? I think he has just started his final lap of the session, so we'll come back to him. Is anyone else on a lap? The people on out laps right now, like let's say Racing Gupta, where he is. Can he make it to the... I think theoretically he can. He'll have to just gun it. He'll have to almost do a qualifying lap to get through the... And you can see how his car just lifted up in the air. So these curbs are... Oh my god. Imagine being a driver and actually sitting at the base of the car and going through these curves. That's just insane. Slimicam has retired in the... Oh my god, I think he has retired as well on track, but that could very well be a DNF considering where his car is at the exit of Ascar. You can see on the bottom right, we are on board with Murphy right now. We can see yellow flags at the bottom right. That is his car. Oh! What is that car? Is that Adam Baker? He has retired as well apparently. It's all kicking off in this final few minutes in qualifying, and we are seeing so many retirements on track. Racing Gupta meanwhile has started his lap, so he will be able to put in a valid lap time. Murphy, I'm not sure if he's improving. Bios is not improving either. Murphy was down by some time and he's going to finish the lap. Let's see if he actually... Yeah, he does. I think he does improve by one position there. Fastest third sector of anyone, and he goes P3. Let's see what Racing Gupta does. He is in between the two Lesmos, and let's see how he takes the second Lesmo here. Takes it in the fourth gear, loses it, and that is his lap ruined. I'm sorry, Racing Gupta, for going on board with you and giving you the commentator's curse. What is Silsix going to do? I think he's going to improve as well, improving by 6 tenths there. This could be a massive improvement. It's pole position. It is a pole position for Silsix, saving the best for the last. And I think I might have woken up a few neighbors there by shouting like this at 1 in the morning here in India. It's pole position for Silsix. Where was he throughout this session? And he just put his car on pole. What a lap, and that too by more than a tenth. So was he just hiding his pace until this far? And what a lap from the Alpha Tauri driver. Unfortunately, we didn't catch most of it. We just caught him at the last corner, more or less. And there you go. His car is on pole. And on those soft tires, he should be getting a good launch, as will everyone else going into turn 1. So I think that's qualifying done as far as I know. Adam Baker for some reason was still on an outlap. Now he has retired. Racing Gupta is still going to complete more of his lap, although I'm pretty sure he had wing damage from what happened at the exit of Lesmo 2. But that's qualifying done, and Silsix with a surprise pole position, at least surprising as far as the session was concerned. Statue in P2 with Kokuchich in P3 with Murphy lining up in P4 with Bios in P5, Yano directly behind his championship contender and rival in P6, Racing Gupta in P7, Adam Baker in P8, Sickle in P9 and Slimikam in P10. These are the drivers who will have to start on those soft tires if it is a dry start to the race. And further behind, King, Miyake, Spider, Wilsonpo and Black Wolf. These are the drivers who will have tire choice. So it will be interesting to see what tires they opt for. Don't be surprised if you see a few softs in the bottom 5 as well. It's pretty possible that you might get an early safety car and you want to go to the next compound of tire. But an interesting race awaits us in Monza. Alright, so it's a bright sunny Sunday as far as Ero is concerned, and looks like it's not going to rain, at least at the start of the race. We'll have to wait and see what happens later on. But here we go, formation lap is underway, and let's see. Yeah, there you go, Will Simpo. I told you someone will gamble, and they have. Will Simpo on those soft tires is theoretically going to get a good launch at the start of the race from a standing start, and let's see how his race develops. But interestingly, our race winner from last race is in strategic pole position, as people call P11. So he's the first one on the alternate strategy, which is King. And he would be hoping that there are no safety cars at least until lap 14 or so, I guess. After that you can pit on the softs and go to the end of the race if there's a safety car. If not, I think the ideal lap would be 15 to pit for the mediums, from the mediums onto the softs. So should be an interesting race. Italy has a lot of opportunities as far as overtaking is concerned. But this is also a track where you can see DRS trains to be formed. So setups will also come into account, and corner cutting penalties as well on this track, especially corners like Ascari and the Lesmos. especially the second lesmos. It's very easy to cut those corners. So if people are keeping their car within the track limits, they will be rewarded for that at the end of the race. But formation lap, it has been a fairly decent formation lap. The first two are a bit ahead of everyone else. You can see the gap which Kokucic has to the front of him, but no disqualifications from the formation lap. That's always good to see. And in just a few moments, all the cars will be lined up on the grid, and we can get this race underway. The poll is complete, by the way, I can see in the chat, and 63% people feel that none from Murphy, Yano or Kokucic are going to win this one. So all of them, Murphy, Yano and Kokucic, are in the top 6. So maybe someone else will win. Will King win owing to his alternate strategy? We'll wait and watch. But here we go. The lights should be coming on pretty soon. I'm waiting for a good angle, and I have not got it yet. You can see the lights now. 4 fighters on the grid. Lights started underway. It's a good start from the man in P4, which is Statue, and Statue is going to go for it. There's a little bit of a cutting across there, but it has been slightly decent there. Further behind, oh, that's Murphy, who has gone up some places but also down some places. King has made up a lot of positions. He's into P7 already. Murphy is losing more positions there. Oh, and Adam Baker and Murphy are battling. Let's see what happens here. Does Murphy go around the outside of Adam Baker? He does. And that is him into P9. Will Simpo. Adam Baker losing one more position maybe to Slimicam. That's a pretty bad camera angle. But oh, Adam Baker and Slimicam still battling. And finally Adam Baker is through. Further behind, Yano has lost positions as well to Spider, so it has not been the best of the starts for him. And oh, Will Simpo ran into the back of him, and that's not good news at all. Let's go further up the field. The Spider losing more positions. Oh, what happened there with him? Not entirely sure, but it's a good start from Silsix, by the way. So both the GML guys in the top 2, and followed by Statue and Bios and Racing Gupta. Good start from Racing Gupta as well. He's in the slipstream of Bios, trying to get a good toe into turn 1. It's not going to happen. He has to be patient there. The Williams driver. The Statue loses his car a little bit, and what I wanted to check was how many positions people again. You can see on the screen right now. Racing Gupta 2 positions, King gaining 4 positions there, and Miyake. Oh, Miyake has lost his wing completely there. Adam Baker has lost the most positions, but Miyake lost a wing. His whole front wing is gone. There's a yellow flags in sector 1 and 3, but I don't think it's going to amount to any kind of a virtual safety car or a full course safety car. But this is the biggest battle we have right now with Bios, Statue and Racing Gupta. You can see on board with Racing Gupta, it's the battle for P3 going on, and it's going to be pretty insane right now. But let's see who comes out on top, as the top 2 are building a little bit of a gap to everyone behind. So that is something which these pack, the people who are following behind, will be wary of. Silsix puts another fastest lap of the race, and now DRS has been enabled, and now this is the time. The next time they are in the DRS zone, but Racing Gupta is going to be under attack. Racing Gupta goes for a move there. Racing Gupta, that was a dive bomb and a half from him, and he has not made it stick, but it has invited everyone else. The likes of Sickle has had a good start as well, and King into the hole there. Now let's see what Racing Gupta does. Does he go for a move down the inside? He does. Bios gives him enough room there, but Bios takes a lot of curve, runs Racing Gupta off the track into the gravel, and all that has invited King into the battle. King going side by side through Lesbo 1 of Sickle. That's King through, And wow, what a drive it has been from King so far. Let me just quickly show you the tires. You can see who's on the theoretical faster tire. King is absolutely flying right now, and never mind his mediocre qualifying by his standards, he is showing up in the race. Bios losing a lot of time to the top 3, and that has allowed Statue to go through. But now King is on the track. Is he going to go for a move on Jason Gupta? No, he does not. And I think he's going to do the up and under, isn't he? Sickle. But King and Racing Gupta going side by side. In fact, Racing Gupta and Bios going side by side. Racing Gupta has DRS, Bios doesn't. And further behind, what's happening? Does King has DRS? He goes for a move, but not happening. Oh, Adam Baker has been lost. You can see him moving around, and Adam Baker has lost positions. It's all happening here. Murphy is going for a move as well. Does it happen for him? No, it does not, at least not on this occasion. But you know what? Murphy has caught up to this pack now, so all's not lost as far as his race is concerned. So has Yano was caught up to this pack. So these two can still make a lot of noise in this race and gain some good positions. Up front, the battle for the lead, 7/10 is the gap, and it seems like it's increasing a little bit. But oh, Simracing lost at the exit of Ascari, and he is down in P12. He'll have to come in for a wing change, and let's see what Sickle can do now versus Bios, because King has lost a lot of ground and Sickle is on the back of Bios. It's not working out right now for him. Does he go for a move? I don't think he will. He'll tuck in just behind, but behind Yano and Murphy, these are the championship leaders right now, with Murphy leading Yano. And Murphy just about keeping ahead, but Yano will go for another move on the McLaren driver. So it's Mercedes versus McLaren, and Yano on the inside. Is he going for the move? He has to back out of it. King takes a lot of curb there, and that allows Yano and Murphy and Wilson off all of them. What? How is this happening? And Murphy has lost it. Oh, and someone else has lost it as well. Is that Adam Baker? It is Adam Baker who has lost it. He has DNF'd, and oh my god, I don't know what to say about that. This race has been absolutely insane for the first 5 laps. Bios and Racing Gupta, who have been battling since lap 1, are at it again. Will Simpo makes a move on Yano as well, and Bios losing some time to Racing Gupta. DRS will be open for him, so maybe he can go for a move. We'll have to wait and watch. Sil6, by the way, still keeping Kogucic at bay, and Sickle has to stay behind between these two. Well, Simpo has in P8, so he was battling Yano for a position but has not been able to take that P7 so far. Murphy is in the pits because of the damage to his wing. Let's see what tires he goes on. The yellow flag, that is for Simracing, may be exiting the pits, but this pack is so close together. This is again for P4. Racing Gupta going very wide, but the top 3 are getting very close to each other as well. So let's see what they turn up, because Statue, after putting in a good lap time initially, did not finish the qualifying session on pole. But he has a lot of battery right now that he can play with. Still yellow flags behind, but is Kogucic going to go for a move? He does not, and Statue stays behind as well. But is Bios going on a move on Racing Gupta? No, he does not. So it's pretty a stalemate here. King has gotten close to Will Simpo, so the Red Bulls are battling, but King has not been able to get past his teammate either. But the battle for the lead is so exciting right now. Statue almost pushing Koguchich through those corners and still not able to get past. And Racing Gupta is heading the other train. We have to go on board with this. The Statue go for a move. He is on the gearbox of Koguchich, but stays behind for at least one more lap. Koguchich has lost it at the exit of Ascari, or the middle part of the Ascari. Loses the position. Statue takes thanks you very much, and he will now be chasing the race leader of Silsix further behind. Bios and Racing Gupta and Sickle have been at it once again, and this time I think Sickle has got a good opportunity to overtake Bios. Maybe even Racing Gupta, who knows if he gets a good enough slipstream. He's using all of his battery right now. Racing Gupta is defending to his might. He has gone to the left, Bios has, and Racing Gupta has placed his car really well as far as defending is concerned. Let's see if Bios can actually get a good... Oh, it's a safety car. It is a safety car, and that is exactly what I was talking about. This has worked out perfectly for the soft tire runners. They can all pit. All the top 7 can pit. Even Will Simpo and... Yes, I'm not sure if Slimicam is going to pit. But all the top 7 can pit, and they can go on those medium tires, which will take them to the end of the race. So Adam Baker, having retired, has brought out the safety car, and let's see what the leaders do, especially what the Alpha Tauris do, because they're running 1 and 3. So they will have to kind of double stack here since they're on the same strategy. But not pitting right now for those soft tires runners would not be the smartest thing to do. So let's see what Silsix does. He's run a flawless race so far, and you know what, he'll be a little relieved that he can pit right now and put on some fresh rubber, because the way Statue was catching him was absolutely insane. Koguchich is in the pits, Gupta and Bios are in, Sickle is in, Yano is in, King is in as well. This is interesting. What tire does he go on now? Statue losing some positions, and there's a lot of position changes in the pit lane. King going on the softs. Oh my god, is he thinking to take those softs to the end? I'm not sure if that's really possible. And Koguchich has lost out big time in that whole double stack for Alpha Tauri. He comes out in P7, so he has lost 3 positions there to Racing Gupta, Bios and Sickle. That promotes Racing Gupta in net P3, since Black Wolf is yet to pit from his medium tires. Will Simpo has gone on the hards. I'm pretty sure he was on the softs earlier. So let's see what tire was he on. Well, Simpo, yeah, he was on the softs, so I'm not entirely sure why he went on the hards. Positive he could have taken the mediums to the end of the race, but well, he knows his car and his tire better than I do, so all's fair, and maybe it will pay off if the medium tires start wearing off pretty quickly towards the end of the sprint. So right now, as it stands, the likes of Slimicam and Murphy and Miyarki are the 3 cars who are yet to catch up to the pack. So the safety car should be going around for at least 1 more lap. And after that, the Mercedes of Black Wolf should be leading us away for a safety car restart. Let's see what Black Wolf does. He is committed to staying out, and props to him for doing that. He's not going in for those hard tires, so he wants to stay out and wants to use the two softest compounds available for the weekend. Oh, well, Simple pits. Okay, well, Simple is in the pits, and yeah, there you go. Maybe he heard me on the stream, and he's not going to lose any position because of that. Did he lose any position? So he comes out in P11. And yeah, I think he was P11 anyway, so this has not cost him any positions at all. And I think that's a good strategy call to come out on those medium tires. Assuming they are fresh, they would easily last till the end of the race. They will have done one lap lesser than the other tires because he pitted on the next lap, so maybe that would help him as well. But either ways, let's get this race started. I think we should be good. The pack has caught up to the back of the safety car, so I don't think we need to wait anymore. The safety car message has not come in yet, so not entirely sure. Let's go on board with Black Wolf and see if the safety car actually comes in. Yeah, there you go. The safety car is going to be in this lap, and we can go underway. The pack has bunched up, so that's all good. And it is Ero Black Wolf. He has to slow down enough, which I don't think he is. He's too close to the safety car, and this could be trouble for the race because the game will slow him down now. Now he has sped, and now let's see what happens further behind. Bios. Oh, Murphy, what happened to him again? Not again. Kogucic losing a position to Yano. I think there's a lot of kerfuffle into turn 1. Kogucic takes the bollards there and does not do a really good job of being there. Black Wolf has already been overtaken by Statue. Is he... Oh, this is not going to end up well. It's just about it's going to be fine. And Black Wolf is losing more positions than he would have liked at the safety car restart. Gets overtaken by Racing Gupta as well. But something has happened to Bios. She has lost positions in the second sector. And oh, that's not good. Well, Simpo has retired. Well, Simpo has retired. Look at, do you see his car there? And it's another safety car. Kogucic gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Slimicam. Slimicam is retired as well. What? How did Slimicam retire? And I just saw King overtake Black Wolf under the safety car. I'm not sure. Black Wolf, what does he do now? Is he going to the pits? Yes, he is. King is into the pits as well, and fair play to King for going the position back. And well, so the safety car or the green flag period did not last even 2 full sectors after the safety car came in, and we have another safety car and another halt now. Black Wolf has gone to the hard tires. He was in the medium, so can't go to the mediums again. So he has gone to the hards, and they would comfortably take him to the end of the race. King, who was making such good progress, he has pitted as well. So maybe he had some wing damage. Not entirely sure why he pit. He was on the softs, so that was a conscious decision to pit on the softs. But nevertheless, this tire should be lasting to the end of the race. Kogucic has served his 5 seconds under the safety car and has come out in P11 and Spider in P12. But we have had 3 DNFs already from a grid of 15 drivers, so that's 20% of the field. and we are not even halfway through this race. So the only thing which has remained constant is Silsix. He has led the race from start to finish except one sector where he overtook Ero Wolf. But apart from that, it has been a great race from him. But don't discount the likes of Statue, Racing Gupta and Sickle, and not even Yano now, as well as Miyake, as well as Murphy, who after all that is still in P8. And he should be thanking his luck there was another safety car, because he lost a lot of time at the restart of the first safety car. The pack has bunched up more or less. You can see Koguchich and Spider speeding their way through Parabolica right now. So Black Wolf is in the pits, by the way. So is he going for mediums? I think he can do that, because now he would have used... I think that's a very smart move. That is a very, very smart move from Black Wolf. He lost just 2 positions there. Or maybe 3, I'm not sure. But that is a very smart move not to use those hard tires and have fresh mediums until the end of the race. He should be catching up to the pack as well. So we are seeing some good strategy calls by drivers tonight, and that should help him. And interesting thing to note is no one right now has any kind of time penalties. If it stays that way, the race will be decided on track and not off track. But what we don't know is how many warnings does each driver have. The cars are doing absolutely what they can to get the temperatures up into these medium tires so that they can prepare themselves for the safety car restart. There hasn't been an official communication yet, but just as I say it, there you see on the top of your screens, safety car is in this lap, and Silsix is going to have one more shot at this race win. He knows he has fast drivers behind, but he is the one who is punching the hole through the air, and he's allowing the safety car to peel into the pits and then do a proper restart. Let's see. It's been a very, very hectic race so far with a lot of action, and look at Statue almost running into the back of Silsix, pushing him through that, and now he has gone. It's a great restart from Racing Gupta. I've seen him done enough times, and Racing Gupta already a position up. What does Sickle do? Sickle is going down the inside. Can he make it stick as well? No, he does not. Statue does try to fight back, and he will lose more positions because of it, and he's lost it there. That is something which was going to happen. Has Murphy lost out again? He has, and he's lost his wing. What is happening to the championship leader tonight? Nothing is going his way. Statue is losing one more position. He was in P2 before the safety car came in. Now he's in P9 under attack from everyone. And Racing Gupta, what a brilliant safety car restart. And this man, I tell you, I've seen him race enough, and I know he is one of those drivers whom you have to be very, very careful at the restart, because he is quick as a fox when it comes to that. What is Yano up to meanwhile? Yano can now smell a podium because of what happened to... Oh, hang on a minute. What is happening to King there? King is losing a lot of positions, and there's a car which is round, and that is Statue. Exit of Ascari. Statue's restart has been one of the most unfortunate I've seen in recent memory. And up ahead, Koguchich is trying a move on Miyake. Not sure if it's going to happen, but he's definitely going to try it. Miyake down the inside. He defends the inside. Koguchich still goes for it. He happens to make his car stop and is given just about enough space. Statue has had enough. He has retired in the pit lane. But this is a 3-car battle right now with King, Miyake and Koguchich behind. Black Wolf and Spider also battling. Miyake is going to fight back at Kokochich. No, he does not. Spider takes a position from Black Wolf. And wow, I almost had my heart in my mouth there, because that could have been dangerous for anyone. But King still is fighting for positions. He knows he has been given a second chance by the safety car and he still can do something in this race, but it's not happening for him right now. Does he go for a move? No, he does not. Stays back for a few more corners. Up ahead, it's a good calm restart by Simracing. The gap is around 7/10, and it's been around that. So Racing Gupta, after having a good restart initially, does not seem to be closing up to Simracing just right now, but 12 laps to go. Anything could happen. DRS has been enabled, and I think King is very close to Miyake right now. He goes to the left, so he will have to be on the outside for the next corner, but he completely makes it stick. There's a little bit of a push to Miyake, and Miyake will come back because King had to ride the curb. But in all that, Spider has gained a position as well, but they are still banging wheels. And now remember, this game can give you side pod damage. Spider tries for a move and does not make it stick, but he might lose a position to Black Wolf. No, he does not. Stays behind. So this is the battle for P8 right now, or rather P7 right now, because King has just about taken P7, and it's a mega battle right now. Black Wolf, who was leading the race for a few laps when the safety car came in, decided not to pit, but he cut Ascari there, and he is one of the, or rather the only person right now to get a 3-second time penalty from those who are running in the race. So let's see what Spider does. He has a lot of battery. Miyake has some battery as well, but both of them using enough battery. Up ahead, King is trying to conserve his battery. Spider will have to slam on his brakes to avoid running into the back of Miyake, but all of them holding positions, as they say. Black Wolf is trying to get past Spider, but it's just not happening for him at the moment. He might have had a good run from Carva de Grande, but has to stay behind. But the gap which would have this pack worried is the gap from Kokochich to Bios, because the top 5 have built up a gap of more than 3 seconds to the car running in the 6th position. So that is something which would be worrying the likes of King right now, because he wanted that race win, but now is making a move. This is side by side through there, and it was going to end in tears all the time. And Spider has retired from the session. It could well be another safety car. We are waiting for the message to pop up, but it might not happen. Bios puts in the fastest lap of the race. Yano is going for a move on Sickle. That could happen as well, but up ahead, Racing Gupta has made for a move. He has gone for a move, and he has a 3-second time penalty, so he has to make the most of the free air which he gets right now. Sickle is... oh, what happened to Yano? Yano is losing positions to Bio, so these two were battling on the main straight as well. Yano will have the inside for the next corner on the second chicane, and can Sickle make it down the outside? He has to take a lot of curve. Yano is run into the grass, and Bios gets P4. Sickle meanwhile on the back of Kokochich. Racing Gupta in free air right now will be hoping to make up a lot of ground and just drive the cars on its absolute fumes, so that he can negate the disadvantage which he will get because of his 3-second time penalty. And everyone around would know, everyone in the top 3 at least would know. So Simracing and Sickle would know that he has a 3-second time penalty, so they would be aware of it and they would be racing him accordingly. But Racing Gupta is leading the race right now, and not the first time in his career on his Ero career in Monza. Let's see what Silsix does. Meanwhile, he is on the back of Racing Gupta, but does not. I don't think he wished to overtake him right now. He knows he can just stick behind for some more laps. They're on the same set of tires. Oh, there's some contact between Sickle and Silsix, and that will invite Bios to make his way through. That is exactly what has happened. Silsix will want to fight back, but he does have nothing left. He now uses his battery to get past, but Bios doing just enough to stay in P3. So that is podium position for Bios, and maybe even P2 because of time penalties for Racing Gupta, who has not really sped away from Silsix. So maybe Silsix made a mistake somewhere which made him lose the position, but right now it looks like it is Silsix who is in the prime position. He's not using his DRS, so that shows how much confidence he has, and probably just wants to stay behind for some laps, recharge his batteries, save his tires, and then go for the kill. Lap 20 of 27, 7 laps to go after this one, and this time he does use his DRS. Does Silsix? He's trying to go down the inside. No, he doesn't. Backs out of it once again. So I think this is clever racing from both of them, but the top 4 are within a second of each other, and Yano just about in that. I think he had a moment with Sickle which also did not help his race, but now it's going to be pretty close, and this is not what Racing Gupta would want, because if no one else gets penalties behind, Racing Gupta is going to lose quite a few positions and definitely the podium. So let's see, through the Ascari corner they go, and Silsix once again within that 4/10 of Racing Gupta. Is he going to actually go for a move? If he's smart about it, he might not. But there's a yellow flag in sector 3. Oh, Yano has lost it. Yano has had some kind of an incident. Maybe took too much covered parabolica, not sure, did not catch any of it. But this is Black Wolf getting through on Miyarki. So Black Wolf in P7 and onwards and upwards from here. Oh, what's happening with Silsix and Bios? Bios almost trying to make his way past, did not work out. And thankfully for Silsix, there was not enough of a contact with his rear tire that would have spun him out. But Bios is really getting impatient right now. He now knows that they're not fighting for P2 anymore, they're fighting for the race win. And Sickle also knows that. So everyone behind is behind Racing Gupta and knows that they're fighting for the race win. So this could get really interesting in the final few laps of the race. Alright, I have no audio at all. Let me know if you can hear me on the stream, because I can't hear anything. And now I can. And Miyaki, oh, what's happening with Sickle and Bios? Bios has just about kept his car in front, but they were going for it. Miyaki and Black Wolf have exchanged positions once again. Black Wolf and Miyaki, hope they don't touch, and they haven't. They've kept fairly clean so far, and they would be hoping to do that for the rest of the race. As now getting really close to Racing Gupta, and they have dropped the likes of Bars and Sickle, and that's because of the incident which P3 and P4 had. And Sickle now can breathe a little easy. He knows he has some kind of a breathing room to the drivers behind, who right now are fighting within themselves and not really thinking about Celsius right now. They have more pressing issues to worry about. But Racing Gupta still leading the race but unable to get out of the DRS. That is very, very important around Monza. The slingshot which you get through Parabolica and until you brake for turn 1. But this is going to be an easy move for Sickle, I tell you, because Bauer's red light is blinking, which means he doesn't have enough DRS or rather battery, but Sickle is going to be through, and he has put his car in P3 on track. And if it stands like this, if the gap which he has does not increase by much to Silsix, he could end up in P2. Further behind, King has now caught up to Kogucic. So this should be interesting, both on the same set of tires and with same tire life. Yano puts the fastest lap of the race on the soft tires, so he will get an additional point if he gets to keep that fastest lap of the race. And Sickle would be trying his very, very best right now. Oh, that's a one round, and that's Sickle! That is Sickle, just as I spoke his name. I really did not intend to put the commentator's curse on him, but just as I spoke his name, that he would be trying to get into DRS of Silsix, has lost his car and probably damaged his wing as well. It doesn't seem to be any damage there, so maybe he has just about kept it away from the wall there. That promotes King into P4. Black Wolf has a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So I don't think he overtook anyone, did he? I'm not sure. But here goes King now on the back of Kogucic. King does not have a lot of battery to play with. Kogucic doesn't have it either. But is King going to go for a move? No, he does not. Stands back. And now he knows. Oh, Kogucic! Just about moving out of the way. I think he lost traction coming out of turn 2. And he has given that position to him. Miyake and Black Wolf battling once again. Sickle has joined the fight. Let's hope these three don't collide. It's going to be 3 wide. And Black Wolf is trying it, but Black Wolf has been pushed to the edge of the track and outside the track, and that means he has lost out in that exchange. Miyake has lost out as well because Sickle has overtaken both of them. Up front, now this is the time probably for Silsix to fight, because now he knows the gap behind is more than 1.5 seconds. So maybe he can put a bit more pressure on Racing Gupta and be the one to lead the race, because if Silsix gets any type of a penalty right now, that would be disastrous for his race. So he probably should be taking all opportunities he can, but he has been building up ERS. You can see he has almost 85-90% of ERS. Sickle and Miyake are battling as well, and Miyake is probably going to make this move because he will have DRS going into turn 1. Might have had some battery left as well. So Sickle's race is going from good to bad to worse now, because he was running so good, might have been on course for a podium here, but as things stand, he is fighting for P6 and has just about kept P6. And Black Wolf is back at it again. So Miyake and Black Wolf, you just can't separate these two, can you? They have been battling all race long, especially in the second stint. But just like that, it is lap 25 and 2.5 laps to go. Miyake loses his car and he will have to defend from Black Wolf. As he does, goes really wide there. Does Black Wolf take advantage of it? No, he cannot, because there is a braking for the next corner. And there you go. Miyake still keeps his position, but both of them have lost a lot of time. But Black Wolf is going to go down the inside, is he? And the run up to Ascari, he is going to go for it. No, he does not. He wishes to see the end of the race, and that is smart move by Black Wolf. While he knows he has a penalty, a DNF is probably worse than that. Yeah, no, did something happen to him? Not sure. There was yellow flags there. But all of a sudden King is in contention now, and if King can probably overtake Bios on this lap, I think he has enough pace to get on the podium as well. And there you go, King, excellent traction coming out of that corner. You have a beautiful helicopter shot of this one, and King has made his way into P3, I think this is. So can he now, he has clean air because the top two have kind of sped away, so he has clean air now. Yeah, that's P3 for King, and as it stands he is going to finish ahead of Racing Gupta because of his time penalties. Let's go further back. Miyake and Black Wolf, the inseparable buddies, are back at it yet again, and Black Wolf is going to get one more chance now. Leading up to Ascari, Black Wolf does not activate his battery. I'm sure he has activated his DRS. There you go. The front wing is open, and I think that was a corner cut as well, so he might have got a warning for that. Miyake's red light is flashing, so he does not have a lot of battery left. So this could be Black Wolf's position to take, but he will lose out on that. What's happening up front? There was almost a move there. Bios and King are battling as well, and King has lost a place to Bios. So Bios fights back. Good on Bios. But Black Wolf and Miyake once again, not surprising at all, and that's Black Wolf into P7. Now King, what does he do? Does he go for a move? I think he is going for a move, and as things stands he has not gotten past Bios, but he still has one more DRS race to go. We are already on the last lap, half a lap to go. Silsix has been behind Racing Gupta for a lot of laps but does not need to push. King definitely needs to push, does not have enough battery. Racing Gupta loses a position there, but does King get a position as well? Let's hope it doesn't end in tears. It does not. King, what a move! What a brilliant move for P3, and he is within 3 seconds of Racing Gupta. So that means he can still get his P2 after a very strong finish last time. Silsix is going to, Sickle gets a 3 second penalty by the way. Silsix is going to win the race from Racing Gupta in P2. King will get his P2 from Racing Gupta by 1.5 tenths. Gupta has to finish in P4. That is unfortunate for him. And Pavish finished his P5. Koguchich, who started on the front row, I believe. No, he started somewhere else. Maybe P5. Sickle in P6. He was definitely in contention for a podium. P7 for Black Wolf after a great battle with Miyake, who finishes P8. So Miyake after all does finish behind Black Wolf. I always thought Black Wolf will be finishing behind because of time penalties. Yano was also one of the contenders for the win as far as the pole was concerned, finishes P9. And Murphy, after a terrible race, a race to forget for Murphy, still gets 1 point out of it. So all is not lost as far as the championship is concerned. Murphy will finish the race. He will finish in P10. He will get 1 point. And while the advantage he has over Yano will actually not come down because Murphy got the fastest lap. So maybe the championship lead which he has will remain intact, and those 39 points will definitely be coming very handy in the later part of this session. King gets the driver of the day. Strategic pole position is where he started, P11, and he finished P2, so that is a very stellar drive, especially after the safety car came in at not the best moment for him. So those are the race results for you. You can see on the screen right now with Silsix, King and Racing Gupta on the podium. Great drives from all three of them. Silsix doing pretty much a perfect race, leading from the first stint and then had to relinquish the lead a couple of times, but still finishing on the top of the podium. But a lot of DNS as well, which were Spider, Statue was showing some really good pace. Slimicam, Will Simpo and Adam Baker. So unfortunate for them, but they will have to look forward to the next week where they can come and race against their friends once again and make a name for themselves in this league. Until then, this is You Can Beat Me signing off. Hope you enjoyed this coverage. Take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend ahead. I will see you next Friday. Good night and goodbye.